value, then my foos. I'm like, so, or what's the purpose? There has to be something of high value. So what's one of the highest values in all of our dogs? Aggression. Aggression is a high value. I mean, you notice if your dog has a decent foos and obedience, in protection, if you do reward bites, the foos is pretty freaking intense because the reward's so high. So that's where I said maybe it's not a bad idea to use a whip. A little bit, you see what I'm saying? So it's not the whip, but that dumbbell represents a mood of pretty high. Like when we were talking about the Sphinx position, we're talking about like, I don't need my dog to be in a Sphinx position on the long down. I mean, they start off in the Sphinx, but if they take a hip, I let them take a hip, even in a trial. Or in training, I let them. But once you take that hip, you can't flop. Now you're on that hip for the duration. So if you change hips, tick, tick, you have to now stay on that. And I'm cool with that. You know what I've never seen in the thousands upon thousands of dogs I've seen in trials, a dog ever take a hip on an escape bite. I've never seen it.
Never.
Because it's intense. I mean, it's. If you get a hip, I'd be like, that wrong dog. That's very odd. But it's so intense.
Hey, buddy.
So I want my articles to almost be that intense. I don't want them laying on a hip. I want it tight. And it's not that I teach the Sphinx position in it. It's the 3 pieces of food, like I said, it goes all the way back to their foundation where it's tight. So they have the good plots, but they're ready for something high reward there. So maybe if she likes the ball, if she plots it on the article, maybe play with her. That's what Bernhard does.
I used to play after the track.
No, but I'm saying on the article,
I always play
on your
after
first
track.
article. It's just something to kind of think about because then the article represents a higher drive. Bernhard does that.
The article has to mean something to them.
It has to mean something of very high value. It's not obedience because really in tracking, what are they searching for?
The
articles. And that's why they follow the track. They have to find those articles. Anyway.
The bad guy lost his keys, the bad guy lost his wallet.
Questions on that though? With going from a lower drive to the higher drive, if I watch people and they're warming their dog up, maybe it's a little bit of a flat dog with the highest value out there, and in the trial they don't get it, they start to whine. So I almost do my warm up in obedience with food. Remember I was talking about?
So then they'll start building.
Under, so it builds, and I'll show them the ball twice. Like I said, I will pay them in my warm-up before a trial with the ball. But that's going to come after the food, even in my warm-up. So the drive builds. I want them to come to the dumbbells and be like, yes, finally. Finally I'm getting my high reward. Because I just did a seminar, and one guy said, my dog likes the dumbbells more than the toy. I said, I think this might be a problem. He said, why? You want your dog to love the dumbbells. I said, yes, but in a trial, you see this all the time. A dog goes out for the dumbbell, 2x out and 1x back. So they're half the speed back.
Yeah.
I said, because prey drive has been fulfilled. They already got their prey. So they're going to come get back kind of lackadaisical. I want this to be the crack cocaine, but you get that to get this. So that way you have... And what did I say I did on the flat retrieve? The very last thing I do is throw the dumbbell. So I have my dog, in fact, I think you saw that last time, sitting here with the dumbbell, remember that? And I had the whip, and it's full field on a sit, and then I have always coming back to me is the high drive. So I'm only working on the back half. My very last thing I do is the front half, throwing the dumbbell. That's the very last thing I do on a dumbbell.
So question about the dumbbells.
Backwards chaining.
Yes, I backwards chain.
As I was leaving, I was watching you bring the dumbbell alive and make it